Hey, good morning, everyone. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Let's get the CFTC out of the way so we can get started.
Order submitted.
This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. It's important to know that I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay, welcome. Looks like at the market open, we got a big pop to the upside here. We had a news report that came out earlier this morning. It is game time, GH. Let's do it. And let me just fix my charts real quick. We're showcasing the AI Auto Trader, which is a fully automated system that trades in the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Once enabled, the system will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. And we'll be trading a very diversified portfolio of strategies, all of the futures index equities, along with crude oil and gold. I remember yesterday I had two on crude oil, so I'm going to close one of these. Oh, the 1 day pass on the E-mini is in. Let's take a look. This one has been red hot, going over the numbers yesterday. And this one's in our profit window. And the ODP, we call our 1 day pass templates for prop traders the ODPs. And these will get you over the hump and into a funded account in 1 day, one trade. And I just saw Apex extended their 80% off sale. So I do want to put my coupon code. I think it's up there. 80% off on Apex. 1 day pass in full effect. So let me close one of these. Okay, it looks like one of the black golds closed. Okay, great. And I like to squeeze these a little once they get up to about 2,000 because we don't want to get too many unrealized profits on these prop accounts.
Order submitted.
Jumped right back in. It's trying to finish the job here. Didn't like me squeezing that stop. Jumped right on back in. Good morning, Charles. Okay, exciting day today. We've got our new update test templates, the Smart Stop 2 and 3, off to a huge start. 865 pre-market. And let's take a quick look at Forex Factory. I know we've got a report coming out at 9:45. I was looking just a little bit earlier. And those red folder reports, I like to step aside. I do like the crude inventory report. It's not a red folder report, but we're very close to getting our 1 day pass on the E-mini. Just a little push up here, and we should be at 3,000. We need to get to 2,000 on this trade. And once it does, if it does make it that high, it will close itself. Exit the trade at 3,000. Our stop looks like it's at almost break even. Okay, so not too bad. Let's take a look at Forex Factory. And I'm also going to set up a trade copier. I'm going to be trading a couple of Apex accounts. Apex is a prop firm where you could trade their money. Basically, none of my own capital is at risk. I have the potential to lose the cost of the evaluation and the time that I've put into it to trading it. But as far as my own funds go, they're not at risk. And that's one of the major benefits of trading a prop account. And we can leverage the prop accounts by using what we call a trade copier. So if I open up a chart, I'm going to set up a trade copier really quick. Thursday, August 22nd. If you're with us today, that's the good news. We made it. Hallelujah. God is good. So we have flash PMI at 9:45, a red folder. So we're going to set up our trade copier. We're not going to jump in until that report settles, the dust settles on the PMI report. So in order to set up my trade copier, I just put on either the NASDAQ or the E-mini with no template, and I just load 10 days. I happen to be using a trade copier from Affordable Indicators, and it's quick and easy. I'm going to right-click the chart, go to my indicator list. Let me see if something's open, preventing it. Nope, I don't see anything. Bear with me here for just a second. So the PMI is at 9:45. Natural gas storage is at 10:30. Existing home sales at 10. Very news-driven market. Okay, so those look like the major reports are those PMI manufacturing and services that come out at 9:45. And then at 10 o'clock, we have existing home sales. Let me close this chart. It's giving me a little problem. Okay. Let me try again. Let's go to the ES. That's volatile. Put it on 10 days. And we'll go to our indicators. And I'm going to add this indicator. It's called the duplicate account actions. And it makes trading prop accounts, copying from these bots into these Apex accounts extremely simple.
Order submitted.
And now I can easily select one of my bots that's performing the best. Let's try SimSmart 3 or 2. Actually, I'll go with 3. Since it's on top of my leaderboard, it's doing the best today. We'll stick with that one. Let me just check my lag time real quick. Okay, looks good. So I'll put in SimSmart 2 as my leader, and I'll put in a follower of number 24. So I'll be ready after that report. On account number 24, I select that one as my follower and lock it. And when I'm ready to turn it on, all I have to do is hit this button right here, and it will automatically copy the trades from this SIM account right into my Apex account very easily. And I'm just going to hold off until after the PMI report on doing that. In a really nice crude trade. The lag indicator? Ron, that's at Affordable Indicators. I do have a coupon code I could send you. Let me see. The lag indicator that I'm using is actually from it's this NS data lag timer. And right now my lag time on my NASDAQ is too high to trade. So the NASDAQ's not going to take any trades right now. And I believe that's NeuroStreet's lag indicator. It says NS. I'm assuming that's NeuroStreet. So the system has a safety feature in it where if you have any lag time for any reason, it'll prevent it from taking a trade. Yeah, Ron, the one that copies that indicator is from Affordable Indicators. And after the session, I'll send you an email with more information. There's a number of trade copiers. Mark uses Replicanto. I'm using one from Affordable Indicators. I understand NinjaTrader has a free one. Apex has one. There's a number of different ones. The one that I prefer to use is from Affordable Indicators. Getting a short roll here on the NASDAQ. Let's take a quick look what happened overnight. We saw at the market open. Wow, it's been going up. Since the London Open, it looks like it's been headed up. Even overnight. So we've got a big move up overnight. It's reloading my historical data. But the market has been going up since overnight. Where can you get? Okay. Where are you using as? I answered that. You are out of ES. Yes. Hey, Greg. Thank you.
Order submitted.
Okay, my Nasdaq just took a trade. That's a good sign. And it took it right in the one I wanted to copy. And I wish I would have now because it's up $400 on this trade. Let's take a look at the trade. I didn't have my copier enabled. I'm waiting till after the PMI report, which just came out. And my smart stop, and this is the smart stop strategy, is what we're going to be releasing to our members this week. And that's our pattern recognition. And you can see it took a beautiful long entry. It had that bearish engulfing candle. And actually, it looks like it hit our profit target. I take that back. Yeah, the exit was on first target hit. So it got a full winner. And it's up 1365. Let's see where we're at. 19,972. Okay, it's
Order submitted. Order submitted.
let me make sure I'm still enabled. I am. Okay. I want to keep an eye on my lag. There goes the Russell. Russell's in short. The cash register is about to take a short trade as well on the E-mini. We're getting some beautiful trades on the ES. And I might pivot to that one. Since my my NASDAQ is a little weird still. Very close. Not far off. I'm showing that I'm lagging by about a minute on the NASDAQ. So let me change my leader account. I'm going to put it on the ES cash register really quick. Try to get this short roll. We are above the VWAP. I really don't like trading into the VWAP, so let's not do that trade. The VWAP is this purple dotted line, and we certainly don't want to trade into that. Keep losing this thing. Let me put this over here so I don't lose it. Good morning, Stapleton. We've got a monster going on the Russell. Let's see if that cash register jumps in this trade. Not yet, but I can tell you it's thinking about it.
Order
Yep,
submitted.
there it goes. Cash register just jumped in. I held off on my live account on this trade only because it's going right into the VWAP. And I chickened out.
Order submitted.
Looks like it was a bad decision. It's bouncing off the VWAP. Trying to push through. Let's see what that PMI report said. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Here it goes. There we go. Ah. Well, I gotta fix that profit window. What happened here was, and I'll show you what we've done to correct this from ever happening, is this trade came a tick away from hitting our profit target. So at that point, we don't want it to come back and not make money on the trade. So we have an adjustment that we've built into the strategy. It entered another trade very quickly. It really likes this move down.
Order submitted.
Jeez. Getting worse on this NASDAQ. Ooh, the Russell's right back in too. Big move down on the NASDAQ. I'd love to be trading the NASDAQ. Been having a data issue. But they're really selling off the NASDAQ right now. Here comes a retracement. Back up to the 50. Now be careful with this short shake because you guys, your chart probably way ahead of mine, but we've got that area of support there at 935, 938. But we got some really good selling pressure here. Retrace very nicely right back to the 50 and look for a continuation right down into that trend. PMI. Solid U.S. output growth relies widening sector health divergences. Selling prices rise at a slower rate. U.S. business activity growth remains robust in August, according to Flash PMI. Manufacturing output declined at the fastest rate for 14 months. Employment, meanwhile, fell. Man, what an adjustment they made yesterday, huh? To the jobs? Holy moly. What's going on with that? 880,000 jobs just kind of vanished. Jobs that were magically created. I'll tell you, this market has been very resilient, though. It even yesterday after that bad news, it bounced right back. It keeps pushing higher and higher. Looks like it's trying to do the same thing now. Okay. I'm moaning and groaning because I can't trade the Nasdaq. Okay. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. Let me pivot away from the Nasdaq. The YM 1-day pass. That one's been hot. Smart Stop 2, Smart Stop 3. The ES on a 6U is doing extremely well. That's one of our new strategies. We have an ES on a 5-minute on a higher time frame than the 6U Norenko is a little faster. Look at crude oil taking off. Yeah, we are in crude gold. We are in crude long. Let's take a look at the bot. The bot is getting its profit targets from the drone based on the range of the market. And you can see here we've got some distance from our stop. What I normally like to do is once I'm up a few $100, is I like to pin it to my 15 EMA. And it actually just popped up. So the system will automatically lock in profits. We've got some really great trade management features in this system. Once we got a little breathing room on crude, you saw my stop come up and lock in some of that profits, take the risk off the table. And now we're going for a really ambitious profit target. Crude signal B. They kept the door open for a September rate cut without any pre-commitments. That sounds pretty much like what the Feds do, right? They leave the door open without making a commitment. Kind of wishy-washy. They don't want to be too hawkish, and no, they don't want to be too dovish. Nasdaq's just pushing up and up and up. No, I just can't get into them. It looks like they're pulling money out of the Russell and putting it in to the Nasdaq, into tech. Manufacturing is way off. So crude brought it back to minus 280, so it's not having a great session. The Russell Black Gold, on the other hand, Black Gold is our other entry that we take. It's a signal A entry, and it takes reversals. And when there's a lot of volatility, big swings up and down,
Order submitted.
that's really the go-to trade. So let's keep an eye on crude on this one. We've got a webinar today on the AI Auto Trader. I want to invite everybody to join us. I'm going to be highlighting the new updates that are coming out this week on Friday that we are so excited about. We've got some, let me tell you, we've got some trading hours on these new smart stops with pattern recognition. We've been running them 23 hours a day for over a month. And man, does it look promising. We put a lot of weight into forward testing. Back testing is, we found with using the strategy analyzer, isn't the end all be all. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes the results come back looking very juicy, and then you put them on a live market, and it's completely different. So I think really the best indication is running it on a live market. It's a little more time consuming. With market replay data, we can speed it up a bit. But back to these smart stops, 2 and 3, we've got some hours out of the day that are just crushing it. I'm going to put a link here in the chat box in just a moment. My computer, my data is still giving me a bit of an issue, and I do apologize about that. Let's keep an eye on the Dow. The Dow hit the one-day pass this morning. Got a nice trend down. You know what? A signal A on the Dow. It looks very juicy right now. So let me unlock this, and I'm going to go to a signal A, a Dow Diamond trade, and try to get this short roll. Knowing what the triggers are is very important on the system. Soon, with this new update coming on Friday, almost all of the discretion is going to be eliminated as to when and which one to trade, and that's what we're so excited about. This system is going to do a time optimization on trading sessions based on running it 23 hours a day, and it's going to only trade the strategies when it makes the most money. For one reason or another, I don't know if it's dark pools or what it might be, but there's certain times of the day that just do better than others. It's proven by the data.
Order submitted.
Okay, I enabled the Dow Diamond. So I'm looking for a short roll on the Dow. You could see in my Laguerre oscillator, I'm pinned to the top right now because we've had a big retracement. We had a big sell-off at the market open, and now it's retraced and it's kind of gone into consolidation here. But I'm lined up market structure-wise for a short entry. And the reason I say that is my 50 is red, and my 15 is below my 50. So now that the RSI line is breaking down through the 80% line, I have the potential to get into a short move on a signal A entry. All of that information becomes useless with this new update. You won't even need to know about all of that. Let's see if we got into the Dow Diamond. We did. Okay, let's take a look at it. So we kind of got the entry we were looking for, and I'm going to give it a little room. I'm going to try to let this mature. And I'm copying this one into an Apex account. I just like the setup. Looks like I have a trailing stop on it. There we go. Let's see if we can get some traction with this. Well, we're trailing the trade kind of tight. we go. Here we go. Now we're headed into a pivot here, which is an area of support. Bounced off the pivot. Let's see if we can get some selling pressure. Oh, okay, so we're out of the trade. I made $50 on my Apex account on that trade. So with very little risk, we had the potential to catch a really nice runner there. Unfortunately, it bounced off that pivot, but we got 10 ticks of profit. Now that the RSI line is buried at the 0% line, this is the RSI line in my Laguerre oscillator. Now that it's buried, we would look for a signal B entry. So the YM signal B is already in the trade. This must have entered a while back. Look at that. It entered way back here. The signal B, when my Laguerre was buried, it jumps into that trade short in the direction of the trend. And it rode it all the way down for a full winner. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot to that B right now because I think it's got some legs. I think it's going to keep going down. So on my trade copier, I could just switch it.
Order submitted.
And if we can break this area of support, we might get right back into this trade to the short side. There goes the NASDAQ. Oh, boy almighty. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get my lag sorted out. I can't seem to. I tell you, it's painful to watch the NASDAQ sell off like that, and I can't jump in it. Let me close this. Let me try to start closing things here. See if I can find the culprit. Our ES one-day pass is lighting it up. Back in the ODP. This one's really fighting to get to 3,000 today.
Order submitted.
Now it's in our window. It's actually trailing it. Okay, the ES got there. It's at 2,750. What I'm going to do, and the ES signal B jumped. Oh man, I'm sleeping at the wheel. Mm-mm-mm. That's one of my favorites. People that trade a live money account, they always say, which one should I go with? And, I'm not a licensed trade advisor, but knowing the system like I do, this one has been extremely consistent. Okay, let me see if I can fix this. I'm just going to flatten everything.
Order submitted.
I think I was in a position on my apex. I didn't even know it. Hmm. And now my data looks like it's catching up. Interesting. Now my data just went to 0. Okay, so now I know what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go with the smart stops.
Order submitted.
Okay, my NASDAQ is back trading again. Let the fun begin. Let the good times roll.
Order submitted.
I've been testing too many strategies, is what it is.
Order submitted. Order
Okay,
submitted.
let's go back to trading. So now that we got the data resolved, now my lag is down to nothing. I took off all those strategies I was testing, and I'm back to green. So let's go back to the trade copier, and we're going to trade these Sim Smart Stops. So I'm going to build a chart. We're going to go back to building the trade copier, how we started. I'm going to put on the ES for 10 days. Load an indicator. And I'm going to put my leader account on the Sim Smart Stop 2. Sim Smart Stop 2 right here. And I'm going to put it on my Apex number 33. Lock it and load it. And that'll be on this chart on my bottom right. That's the SimSmart 2. And you can see my performance so far is at $1,365. So this is using the pattern recognition to manage the trades. It gives it a lot of room. Gives it a lot of room to mature. You can see it took a really nice short entry right here at 1014 with a 50 that's sloping down in red. So we're going in the direction of the trend and giving it room to mature.
Order submitted.
And I got that bullish engulfing candle and took it out without giving back a lot of money.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, we're back in. Now this one's being copied over into my account.
Order submitted.
Now, I took it out right at the pivot. I took my position out at the pivot for 185. The system itself, the strategy itself, is still in the trade. But you always have the discretion with this system to take profits. Personally, I don't really like to trade into pivots, and if I'm green on the trade, even if I'm red on the trade, if I'm coming into a pivot, I'm gone. I traded a little tight to that pivot there. There is some selling pressure, so you know what? Let's see if I can come back down a little bit.
Order submitted.
So I'm just going to hang tight. I'm up about $200 on that account, and I'm going to wait until we break this pivot.
Order submitted.
And there is some selling pressure, and I believe it will break the pivot, but I'm just going to wait until it does.
Order submitted.
Here it goes. That was the trade that did it, too. It's pushing. Broke it. Well, maybe not. A lot of pressure, a lot of selling pressure here. This could be the one that goes. Oh, pop right back out. The system is picking up a big disparity between downtick and uptick, and it really wants to go short. I could tell by the way it's firing off.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Jumped in long. Amazing. Amazing how it took that trade. Hmm. That's a trade that I would have never in a million years taken long. Look at crude pushing down, $72 a barrel. Man, here it comes back down. Let me look at the comments. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I apologize. The purpose of the drone? Of course. The purpose of the drone has become even more valuable. Initially, what the reason we created the drone, each one of the strategies, or each one of what's called the strategy, the bot, B-O-T, the bot, each one of the bots has a companion drone that runs on the exact same instrument, exact same data series time frame, and they both take the trades in tandem. They both take the same exact trade. The difference is the drone has a static stop and profit target that's very wide, very big. Big stop, big profit target. And when they both execute the trade, they're sharing a database that's housed on your computer. And that database, the information it's sharing, in layman's terms, is the range of the market. In NinjaTrader terms, is looking at the maximum favorable excursion, how far in profits is in favorable direction it's going, and then the maximum adverse excursion, or how much heat that you took in order to get that favorable excursion. How much heat you took on the trade, the MAE. So it will dynamically, because of the information they're sharing in that database, the bot will dynamically, during the trading session, change the position of its stop and profit targets. So in a market that's trending, it's going to spread them out. It'll be a little more ambitious, a little more aggressive. In a choppy market that has a very smaller average true range, or a tighter average true range, it's going to bring the stop and profit targets way in. Now, we've taken it a step further with that information. The drone now will also run 23 hours a day throughout the entire session, and it will store up data on the times of the day that it does the best. Listen, we've been running these strategies a long time, and we see it all the time. There's just certain hours of the day. Look at that full winter. Long.
Order submitted.
So what it's going to do, and what I'm going to be talking about in today's webinar, is not only is it going to dynamically change the position of your stop and your profit targets, but it's also going to turn itself on and off only during the times that it knows it does extremely well. It's going to pick its most profitable trading hours, and it could be split into 3 separate sessions. What I mean by that is the parameters of the strategy give the system the ability to have 3 separate trading hours, 3 separate trading sessions, excuse me. So if it finds that from 3 in the morning to 5 in the morning, it makes very good money. I'm going to turn my copier back on. Wait, hold on one sec. We seem to have found a direction here. Okay, so I'm back on my Apex. So if it finds that between 3 and 5 a.m. in the morning that it makes a really nice profit, then it will have trading session 1 from 3 to 5 in the morning right here. And then it'll have a trading session 2 if it finds, well, hey, from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. it also does very well. It'll bring in a second trading session from 10 to 12. And it will also, if it has another profitable trading session, it could trade up to 3 trading sessions. It will kick back on and trade in that third profitable trading window. And all the while, it's eliminating all of those hours of the day that it gets beat up historically. And it'll do a look back of 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, as far back as you want to go, or as close as you want it to go. So that drone, to answer your question, GH, Greg, the purpose of the drone is to give the bot the ability to dynamically change its inputs based on the range of the market and the most profitable times of the trading session to trade each instrument. If you guys have joined me here in the past, you always see me saying, what have you done for me lately? And I'm looking at what strategies are performing the best and when they're doing it. Well, that's going to eliminate, this new update is going to eliminate all of that. And it's going to automatically trade when it does the best. And it's going to eliminate the hours that it doesn't do well.
Order submitted.
Got that bullish engulfing candle and bailed out of that short position. That was about a break-even trade. Now we're coming back to this pivot. I think, Stapleton, you're referring to this bot here that's trading this Smart Stop 2. The Smart Stop 2 is the pattern recognition trading. It's not leveraging the dynamically trading hours. If I go to my Smart Stop 2,
Order submitted.
give me just 1 second. I'm very relieved that I was able to figure out what the problem was, and it was so obvious. I'm kicking myself. You can only test so many strategies at once. I've got like 15 variations of
Order submitted.
Ooh, a beautiful short trade here. It's just still fighting to get through. Now it broke it. Okay, we got a break here. Finally got through. I hit a pause on my trade copier. So I missed this trade, but I'll tell you, I was watching this strategy yesterday, and it was up $3,200 by the end of the trading session. $3,200 trading one contract. Just amazing.
Order submitted.
Let's see if it could break through these areas of support now. You can see where my stop is, which gives me some serious anxiety to see your stop way up there. But the way this strategy works is it has a smart exit, and it's looking for a pattern. It's looking for those bullish engulfing candles for an exit. If it doesn't get it, it's going to stay in the trade. Just got it there. So you could see it says short smart stop. So it got out of the trade because it recognized this bullish engulfing candle, which is, famous for a reversal. I'm just going to wait until we get through this pivot. It might jump to the upside. Excuse me.
Order submitted.
Here we go.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So this is one of the smart stops here. The performance over for the month of August, you could see that we have a window of opportunity here. At 10 a.m. it made 3,600. At 10:30, 568, and 11 o'clock, 1475. So the system would automatically make this one of our trading sessions from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Then it's going to sidestep this and find our next biggest window, and it's going to put you in at 1:30 to 2:30, where it picks up another 1134 and 1779. So between 10 and 11:30 is going to be one of the trading session windows, and between 1:30 and 2:30 will be our second trading session. The way this new optimization is going to work. So it's going to be no more of which one should I trade and when should I trade it and how should I do it. It's all going to be done dynamically, automatically. And this isn't an easy market to trade, and I'm really impressed how great this SimSmart 2, this pattern recognition, is working. Just giving the trade room to breathe, and just taking our exits really on a stop that's recognizing candle patterns, candlestick patterns. Look where my stop is. My stop is way down here. It just gives the trade plenty of room to breathe. And this happens to be, our window that it's recognized this time frame right here in the day of the trading session to do very well. Now we can also put a profit window. We haven't used that in this test, but if I get within 10 or 15 ticks of my profit target, I could have this stop slam all the way up. But we wanted to test this with just the pattern recognition only. We know the profit window, what it'll do. But this is kind of a new variable that we're testing. And we're actually going to release it. We really love the results we're getting. They're outstanding. It's by far the best we have. So the system continues to get more powerful and stronger as these integrations of artificial intelligence get added to the system. And that's really the future of this system. We're not one of those vendors that wants to have 10 different bots that we're constantly releasing new ones and throwing the old one into the dumpster. This is a continuous work in progress. The company's pouring a tremendous amount of resources into building out this system. And we have no plans of having a second system, another system. This is our baby. So that's what a huge benefit of coming aboard with us is all of the updates are free. You own this system, and over the years, as we continue to optimize it, you'll always get the updates for free. And you'll never have to worry about us starting a new one because this is our only one. And this is going to be the AI auto, which we really believe is the way of the future. So what I want to do is I want to put my link for the webinar. Let's go back to the leaderboard. Our YM one-day pass, our prop trading templates. We had the YM and the ES score today. I'm hoping my buddy out in the UK, Jordan, last night he enabled that ES one-day pass. It's a good question, Ron. I believe it's using a signal C entry, which is really looks at the 50% line of this oscillator. It's actually looking at an exponential oscillator, not the Laguerre, and it triggers its entries off the 50% line or a completely oversold or overbought condition. So it likes to take trades with the cross of the 50, or when the Laguerre is pinned to the top or bottom, or I'm sorry, not the Laguerre, but the exponential oscillator is pinned to the top or the bottom, it'll take a reversal. Got a bit of a headache today. Excuse me, I'm just grabbing the link for today's webinar. Today at 4:30, I'll have more time to answer questions and highlight the system. And if you want to learn more, today at 4:30 is a great opportunity. Even if you can't make it live, if you register, you will get the replay automatically.
Order submitted.
Our ES6 Unorenco is up 562. I've got to bring up my notepad. I'm really sorry. It's probably going to blank out my charts for a second. If I don't put this link on the notepad, it just won't come up. I want to share the link to join us.
Order submitted.
Okay, it took another smart stop and exited that trade. So it's hovering at about $1,320 in profit,
Order submitted.
and we're back in short.
Order submitted.
I was listening to Martha Stokes. She's another vendor in the Investor Summit, and she's talking about the dark pools and how these hedge funds are able to, in a discreet way, hide their orders. And it reminded me a little bit about what we're doing with time optimization, because very likely those are the times of the days that those big orders are coming through that they refer to as the dark pool. Okay, I'm putting in the chat box the link for 4:30. Oh, thank you, Marcy. Hey, Chad. Good morning. The chart template? I could share a chart template with you, Chad. Sure. I have your email address. We make sure you're up to date with the Unorenco bars. We recently changed our Unorenco bar to a much more efficient one. So I'll send you the zip. I'll send you a zip that has the new Unorenco bar in it, because I know you own that system. And I'll send you a chart template. Smart Stop is back. Here we go again. and I paused my Apex. I'm up 325, and I hit the pause button, and I'm wishing I just let the thing run. I'm such a chicken. Let me put it on my notes, Chad. People talk about the, set it and forget it. I just want to set the thing up, and I don't want to pay no attention to it, and come home and there's a bunch of money in my account. Well, I'll tell you, this is the closest we've come to that. This new update coming out. Uh, I could see it's going to really benefit from that profit
Order
window.
submitted.
We're getting some really great data.
Order submitted.
Ranging market. Ranging market, Greg. And this strategy in a ranging market, it's up 1320. I mean, it's taken trades that in a million years I would never have even imagined taking. Let's see if we can push through this pivot. Okay, bam. Got it. Holy moly. Wow, $1,820. We're right in our profit, right in our window, too, of opportunity. Right up to 11 o'clock, this thing just crushes it. Let me see if I can find that again, just to confirm that is the right time. Yeah, 10:30 to 11, right up to 11 o'clock. Right up to 11. 11, it makes another 1475 in the month of August. We still got a really nice window here.
Order
I had a
submitted.
feeling it was going to jump in long.
Order submitted.
Okay, let's take a look and see what's going on in some of the other
Order
instruments.
submitted.
This is what the leaderboard looks like today. My YM and ES one-day pass, our smart stops. These are the new releases coming out, again up at the top of the leaderboard. Outperforming all of our strategies are these new releases coming Friday. My put 375 in an Apex account. The Russell's up there. The YM and Russell look good. And then crude, the Dow, and the E-mini have nominal gains. Coming up into the 11 o'clock hour, which is prime time for crude oil. We got our stop hiding underneath that area of support. Let's see if it's enough to hold it. Taking some serious heat on this trade. This one will get you squirming in your chair a little bit. Chad Swan, Chad, let's get you the 8U. Signal C, 8U Unarenko. Chart template. Speaking of that, let's take a look at it. It's also a signal C. Took the same entry just about. Wow, what a trade. Holy moly. How this one saw daylight again, I'll never know. Came back from the dead. Oh, that is the same. That's the smarts. I thought that was the Steven account. It's not. Let's see what Rao did. Hasn't traded. Oh, I disabled it. Okay, crude oil. We got 5 minutes till 11 o'clock. Gold is in a monster. Gold signal B. Let's take a look at the gold chart. That's been another red hot strategy is gold.
Order submitted.
Man, how this trade found its way up to that profit target. That's just, that was incredible. Gold and crude headed up. Oh, that's not crude. That's the Dow. I almost wanted to get a bearish engulfing candle and get out of this thing with a profit. It'd be a miracle. This thing's a fighter, huh?
Order submitted.
Boom. That was the bearish engulfing. So it it came all the way back and got the bearish engulfing candle, and it took us out on the smart stop. And I think it made $300 on the trade. It was just a couple of ticks away from hitting our stop. Our stop was just under this area of support, and kind of played peekaboo with it. Trade reversed and came all the way back up for a $300 win. That was a heck of a trade. All right, let me check out the crude. Oh, let me see if my copier's on. It is. Let me turn it off. I'd like to just take my 300 and be done. Well, I'm in it now.
Order submitted.
All right, I'm gonna stop at 400. So I was able to just piggyback the SimSmart 2 and just lock in some profits on two or three of the trades, and I was able to get 400 in my account, which is really what my goal is. I'm happy with 4 or 500. I'm very conservative. Even with Apex going to 80%, I'm a big chicken, and I like to get consistency. I like to have something, a strategy that's sustainable. Um, so I'm just chipping away at it. Kind of like David Wise. He's the Pete Rose of options trading. He hits single after single. Before you know it, he's put 100 points on the board. All right, crude oil. Don't let me forget. Let's go. Let's go with 33 on crude. Let's see if we've got something juicy. What crude's been doing is headed up. It's in a strong uptrend. In a strong uptrending market, what I like to do is on my strategies, I'll go to the crude oil one-day pass strategy. And to prevent it from going short, what I can do is I can edit the strategy. And I can enable my 50 signal. My 50 signal, if I enable that condition and put it on red-green, that's going to ensure I don't take a counter trend trade. If the 50 is red, I'm sorry, if the 50 is green, which it is right now, the 50 is green on my crude oil chart. With this condition, it will only take a long trade when my 50 is green. It will not go short
Order submitted.
with a green 50. So if I see that that market is trending very strong to the upside, like I said, just looked and it is, I don't want to go short. I'd be the only person in the world going short. What I would rather do is have it retrace back to the 50 and continue long and not take the short entry and then take the continuation into the direction of the trend. So I can put in my 50 signal and that filters out every counter trend entry. So if I do get lucky enough to get an entry, it'll be in the direction of the trend. And I'm just going to put this in number 33. I'm not going to use a trade copier. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I don't want to use that account. No, no, no. I'll put it in number 24. So I need a pullback to the 50 and a continuation to the upside is what I'm looking for. Excuse me just for a second. I'm going to run to the restroom.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, it looks like we got our retracement here. This is what I was looking for. Now we're looking for a bounce off this 50. This is when our session drops off after 11 on that smart stop. I've got a big red bar from 11 to 11:30. See if we can get into this trade here, this bounce on the off of the 50 on crude.
Order submitted.
Our strategies all jumped on that short on the Nasdaq.
Order submitted.
Very low volume on crude today. It's down to 72.86 a barrel. The volume is kind of waning on the Nasdaq as well.
Order submitted.
Just got a doji. Come on, crude. Let's get a big bounce here. Now, that pivot to the upside could prevent this trade from happening. Crude's about 250, 280, just under 300 contracts a minute on crude. Need a big pop up here. Let's go. Put us in. We got the setup we were looking for. There's the green X. I'm hoping that pivot to the upside doesn't prevent us from getting this entry. We worked hard for it. Let's go. Put us in. This candle close to the upside. It was really tight to that pivot, though. I don't know if it's going to trigger. Oh, no, it didn't trigger. Oh, why we worked so hard for that one. Maybe if it clears the pivot, it'll go. Oh, that one hurt. That pivot got right in our way, didn't it? I'm referring to this crude chart right here, this red dotted line that you see. The strategy calculates the distance to the pivot on the entry, and we ideally want a clear path to our profit target with no areas of support or resistance hindering us. And it just so happened that that pivot prevented us from getting that one-day pass entry, which it looks like it is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. Ouch. That hurt. That one hurt. Volume picked up a little bit too. It's at between 500 and 600 contracts a minute.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Ah, look at that crude trade. That was the difference between a good day and a great day. 10 contracts. We'd be sitting really pretty on that trade. But as it turns out, it was a really easy an easy way to $400 today, just following this Sim Smart Stop 2. I just traded it during the times that I know is historically it performs the best. And there was really no muss and no fuss. We got our 400 and we turned it off. So for the Apex, it's 400. I think I got $50 on the other account. I got a bit of a headache, but it was a really easy, stress-free day. As well, it's never stress-free, but tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow. I always get excited when it's his turn. Tomorrow, God willing, Mark Miller, who is the owner of Right Line Trading, is going to show you prop trading on steroids. Man, is this guy exciting. I get scared watching him. But he's going to be highlighting the AI auto, and he's going to show you how he does it. So if you're able to join us tomorrow, same time, same channel, same bat time, same bat channel. Look at that crude trade just laughing at me. I'll tell you, that hurts. That hurts. We made that adjustment on the 50 signal, which was a really good move. And it did exactly what we wanted it to do. It retraced right to the 50. And then it bounced. And our RSI line was, perfect. Everything was perfect except for that one pivot. It's always the big one that got away, isn't it? Same thing happens fishing almost every week, I'll tell you. You work so hard, you know. You get up early, you get that boat off of that stinking trailer. You get to the bait store and wait for the bait. And you get out there and you got your one shot, and the darn thing gets off the hook. Keeps us coming back for more. Let's see what happens. Got a big push down here. Big push down on the NASDAQ.
Order submitted.
Oh, was that a beautiful trade? Man almighty. That was a beauty. Boy, it sniffed that one out really nicely.
Order submitted.
Gold nuggets in. Gold nugget long. I don't think we're going to see the crude trade. Let's check out gold nugget. We might get into another short on the Nasdaq right here. Looks really juicy. I'm really tempted to turn my copier back on. It's going to jump in short right here. We'll let this gold trade play out. Um, very tight to my stop right now. Let me put it up where you can see it. Let's see if gold can get some legs here. It's been moving up all week. Hey, Mike. I post last night's webinar. Webinar's tonight. You didn't miss it. The webinar is today. All right, gold got stopped out. It was a drawdown day for gold, but man, for the month of August, gold has just been crushing it. It had a bad day today. Okay, let's. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Today was a really great day with the Sim Smart Stop 2, that pattern recognition. And I'm going to be going over that and another update that's going to be released on Friday. Make sure you attend today's webinar at 4:30. Today's really going to be the last chance before the update comes out. And with the success and the track record that it has, you're definitely going to want to join us. So if you can't make it live, sign up in the link that I posted in the chat. I'm going to put it in one more time. That's going to be today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and tomorrow at the same bat time, same bat channel. It's Miller time, 24/7. Where you at, Mike? Make sure you come check out Mark Miller. He's going to be on tomorrow, and it's always a lot of fun. He trades several prop accounts, uses the trade copier, and can really, I've seen him run up the score in a big way. So if you haven't had a chance to see him in the past, tomorrow's definitely a great opportunity. And it'll be at the same time, 9:30, right here on YouTube. Yes, Marcy. You made my day, Marcy. Marcy's been crushing it with this system. Well, you and Rao, I tell you, you gotta get a mansion out in Tahiti somewhere. All the money you guys are making. Well, congratulations, Marcy. Great job. Great trading. So I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your day. Hope we started it off in a good way. For you, Mike, I hope we ended it in a good way. For us, it's 11:25 a.m. Eastern Time, New York time, and in other parts of the U.S. it's even earlier. And where Marcy's at, it's only 8:25, so she's just starting her day. So come join us tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us. If you have a chance, like this video on YouTube. It gives us a little traction, and we would really appreciate that. Have a blessed rest of your day. God willing, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.